Chapter 5, on positive thinking in disastrous times. My joy abounds. The congregation works hard to affirm me. Helen the healer of Hierapolis is my friend in whom I clearly see Christ. At this moment there is little persecution in Philippi. 1 week ago, as I passed through the Agora on a quick shopping trip, a voice interrupted my thoughts. The voice had a bugle-like quality and had gathered a large, impressive crowd of men about it. I could tell by the wrinkle-free togas they were all merchants with an eye to the future. The name of the speaker was being whispered all about me with great respect. Marcus Sparkus, an up-and-coming Christian motivational speaker. Has he ever been to Coos? He has come to Philippi to lead a cognitation rally. I may enroll to see if I can add to the Holy Spirit a better mental outlook in the living of my life. Marcus Sparkus has written 32 scrolls with such titles as The Impossible Possibility, This Way to Success, The Zeal Deal, and the ever-popular You Are Numerous Eunice. In the first session, he tells his eager listeners that God is on their side. In the second, he lists how God has given all things and people for our use to make us richer, happier Christians. In Seminar 3, he instructs his audience to pray for their enemies in such a way that we can triumph over guilt, live a devoted life, and become wealthy. I decided to take the course, feeling that it might help my already successful ministry. But just as I was working out my chart for the future and recording my life action goals, there was a knock on the door. I learned that the authorities had arrested Sparkus and hauled him off to be thrown to the lions. He left the class unsettled. Now we are not sure about how to make our life action goals harmonize with the unexpected difficulties of life. I do wish Sparkus had been able to finish the seminar and perhaps shed a little light on this conflict. I did find this curious passage in his Successful Living scroll. I quote, the Numerous Duodenum. I quote, "We are reminded of the little ant who saw a big strong grasshopper carrying a leaf. The ant was afraid to try to carry such a large leaf, till the wise grasshopper said, 'Son, you can do it if you think you can.' The little ant realized that it was not his muscles that were defeating him, but his mind. He began to say to himself, 'I think I can, I think I can, I think I can.' Thus thinking he could, he picked up the leaf and trudged after the grasshopper. Like that ant, Christians are often defeated in their minds, and they never learn to think in terms of possibilities." End of quote. Who knows what the epilogue shall be to all these things? We're not permitted to question, I suppose, if optimistic ants ever dislocate their backs or on large leaves or check into their physicians with double hernias. And what of Sparkus and the big cats in the arena? Can he triumph over them with positive thinking? One thinks, too, of his scroll titled Banqueting on the Difficulties of Life, and wonder what will be the main course at the arena the night of his ordeal. Can he get out of this one, even if he thinks he can? And what of his great work, Put a New Man in Your Toga? It looks as if they will be at least putting a new man in his toga, if anything's left of it. I understand he has a group of scribes rapidly copying his new book for publication, which will probably be published posthumously, thinking it through for a lovelier you. Well, Thursday night is Christian Writers' Night at the Arena. I think I should go and see how he finishes it all up. It will be interesting to know whether in the midst of all the tawny, snarling beasts, he lifts his hands and says to the ticket holders, as he did at each of his seminars, "You can win if you think you can," or if he merely cries, "Let me out of here." I have 2 more chapters to read in his walking into prestige in your own sandals. But I keep thinking of Jeremiah, who said, "It is not in man that walketh to direct his steps." I am torn between the desire to think positively or to confront life as it is. If I'm prone to remember that Christ said faith can move mountains, he also said that in this life you shall have tribulations. I like moving mountains and seeing miracles occur around me. It's tribulations that make me nervous. I wonder if Marcus will escape the lions. I think he can. I think he can. I think he can.